everybody. Welcome to the show. I am Scott Steen, lead handicapper over at winnersandwhiners.com. I am joined, as always, by...
RSL, senior handicapper over winnersandwhiners.com.
Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Together, we make up a little show we call Heading Back to the Window. We do that every day right here on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, etc. Facebook, of course, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. But right now, we are in the middle of our bowl preview series. We are handicapping, breaking down all 42 bowl games, kind of giving you quick little capsules and our picks on each and every game. We are now at game number 4, and this is the PUBG, or PUBG, if you prefer, Mobile New Mexico Bowl. Scott, do you know what PUBG Mobile is?
I'm assuming it's a cell phone provider service.
It's a game platform. Some kind of.
I can't win anything in this damn. I will lose the sponsorship of minigame every single time.
Yeah, you're terrible at this. We're gonna give you 39 more shots at it. But this one is going to feature the UTEP Miners catching 11.5 from the Fresno State Bulldogs. Total on that one is 51.5. Scott, I'll get started here. We trade off on who goes first at their analysis. It's the odd games. You go first, even I go first. So I'll take this one. Fresno State Bulldogs. The coach, he went bye-bye, headed off to Washington. Quarterback Jake Hayner was going to go with him and then said, had a little second thought, a little regret. Said, no, I'm going to stay behind and finish out my career as a Bulldog. So he's going to play. Allegedly, they still haven't made the official announcement. I think they're punishing him just a little bit, but I expect to see Hayner be the quarterback at the beginning of the game, if not for the vast majority of it. Fresno State, good team when they wanted to play good football. They had wins over UCLA, San Diego State, and they should have beat Oregon in a game they had them down and couldn't quite finish the job. They are a very good offensive team. They led the Mountain West in total yards and play pretty good defense, especially against the run. They're 33rd in rush defense, giving up just 134.1 yards per game. UTEP, interesting team, Scott. Usually a doormat, usually one of those teams you put on your schedule to help build your victories. But you know what? They qualified for a bowl game, I think just the second time in this century. And they've got a quarterback in Gavin Haddison, who isn't fantastic if you look at his stats, but he has got an arm. He can bomb. He's 13th in the nation in passing yards per attempt. And the thing is, Fresno State, they can go to sleep on defense against the pass, and it doesn't work out well for them. UTSA, Boise State combined for over 1,000 yards against them. North Texas went for 400. And, Scott, they are UTEP. They're going to have to play some defense. They're 0-3 on the season, and they allow more than 400 yards. Fresno State averages 464 per game. UTEP going to have to play a little defense. I think they play just enough. I think this is going to be kind of a distraction spot for Fresno State with the coaching, with the quarterback, everything kind of in flux. They haven't even announced who's going to be the coach. Of course, they know who's coaching, but the public does not. For those reasons, I'm going to play the Miners here. I think this is a game that is a lot more important to UTEP. You know, when you play in the Mountain West, when you're one of those good Mountain West teams, Boise State, Fresno State, if you don't win the Mountain West, it's kind of a lost season for you. I think you kind of go into the bowl game a little bit with your dauber down, as it were. Give me UTEP plus 11.5. As far as the total goes, I'll play the under 51 and the hook.
For the record, they did announce who the interim coach is. It's going to be Lee Marks, who I believe was the running backs coach for the team.
I like Lee Marks.
He's going to be the interim coach for this one, which is kind of the interesting spot. Now, you mentioned the distraction angle, which I agree with. The issue that I always have is backing teams with either an uncertain type of coaching situation or a certain one, but the guy who's doing the coaching isn't going to have that job for next season because Marks is coaching one game. They already hired the coach for next year. So I don't know if Marks is auditioning for a job with the new staff or what his story is, but he's not going to be there for that much longer as the head coach. But Herner, I think, should end up starting. But once again, do I really like laying double digits with a team if I don't know who the starting quarterback is? No. But I'm looking at UTEP's overall numbers this season. They beat up on a bunch of bad teams. And against good teams, they fared pretty horribly. You can talk about the fact they played Boise this season. Down year for Boise. Still lost that game by 41. Played UTSA, who won the conference. Lost that one by 21. Played UAB. Lost that one by 17. They've really been getting killed by decent opposition. I think Fresno is a good enough team that should bury this team if they're fully focused. But truth is, I kind of have to wait and see if Herner's going to be the quarterback. But if I am assuming Herner's going to be there, I'll take Fresno, because if they even show up at 80% focus, I think they're good enough to win this game by 3 touchdowns.
All right. Well, you do have to make that decision now because we're not doing another video.
I know, so I'm going to go with Fresno. I'm going with Fresno, but I'm saying if you're betting the game, wait until they officially announce who the quarterback is.
All right. Matthew Torvik says UTEP plus 11. Rode him a lot this year. Agreed. As far as the total goes, Scott, you got to play? Assuming Hayner's going to play?
That's the thing. Assuming Hayner's going to play, do I think UTEP's going to contribute anything to this total? You know what? I'm going to go with the under. I think that Fresno might be a little bit distracted early on, but I do think that UTEP's offense against good defenses has looked kind of underwhelming. Give me the under. I think Fresno will end up winning this game somewhere around 31-13.
Okay, good enough. And that's going to do it. We have a split decision on this one. I like UTEP plus the 11.5. Scott's riding with the Fresno State Bulldogs. We both think this game tends to stay under 51.5. I think, full disclosure, probably wouldn't be one of our top plays on the board, but it could be an interesting game, especially if UTEP shows up. So, yeah, that's going to do it for our preview of the PUBG Mobile New Mexico Bowl. You guys stay tuned. There's more coming. Thanks for joining us. And, of course, we'll see you every day, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Well, Scott and I attempt to head back to the window. Take care, everybody.